PSBS, the PlayStation Bullshit Podcast. I'm your host, Cody PSN Boys. Coach here is.
Andrew Arenas, double is the Prince of PSN.
Well then.
I mean, the king of PSN.
The king? You're the king now?
Well, I like how much weight, being a king or a prince in Black Panther was. So, I'm following his footsteps. But I'm a good man, though. And it's hard for a good man to be a king. So I don't know if I can be a king. Are you a good man too? See, it's a moral question you gotta ask yourself. It is a conundrum. I don't like it. I'm a good man, but I don't know if I can be king.
I don't know. But what I do know is...
What do you know? You know a lot of things, but what do you know?
Things. I know some things and stuff. I do know that we are on episode 100.
Even though we've had our specials, do you think even counting our specials, we would be like 110 or 115? I think maybe we've done about 5 or 6 specials.
I think we've done 5 or 6 specials that aren't numbered. But as far as numbered episodes, where you look at our little title card, and you can see the little number, and you can look at the title. Guess what you're going to see? You're going to see 3 digits.
Yes.
Why? Because we're on episode 100.
Dude, 100 is huge. 3 digits? Oh my god. I guess this means we really have to commend some other podcasts that have been able to do this weekly. Because, we had our hiatuses because of, things. We stated it in episode 96 or 97. So
96, 97, we came back, had to reaffirm everything and let us know that we're here. We're just scheduling all this and that. So if we really kept this up week after week, we'd be well past 100 by now. But
probably maybe 143.
It is a very exact number, but I'm not going to check your math on it.
Fine, yeah.
But yeah, no, I think we would probably be somewhere around that number, probably.
And I outlooked to some people on PSN this week for some questions to really just incorporate some thoughts or some things that we might have actually missed in our past couple episodes. Which, not that you missed big things, but some small things that might incorporate into the future of certain PlayStation titles. Yeah. Which maybe or maybe not we could delve into, but let's get our stuff out of the way first of what we had this past week in PlayStation, because again, there's been some things, but not a lot.
Yeah, this stuff.
I think we should talk about the PlayStation VR price drop, though.
Yes, we can do that real quick. That is more of a PSA type thing.
It's quick.
It's quick. Just to let you guys know that. Starting this week, Sony has started a price drop on the PSVR on all available bundles. I think it's for a limited time. I don't think it's a permanent price drop, right?
Nope, it's only until March 3rd.
Yeah, okay, I have it right here now. Limited time sale coming from February 18th, which is today, actually. Until March 3rd, 2018. So you'll be able to get bundles on sale. You can get the GT Sport bundle for $199, which is normally $299. You can get the Doom VFR bundle, which is $299, which is normally $399, and you can get the Skyrim VR bundle, $349, which normally sells for $449.
Oh,
$100 deductions on these bundles. I don't think these are as low as they were on Black Friday, though. I think they were shipping this on Black Friday, actually.
Oh, you're joking.
At least the Skyrim bundle. I think I saw the Skyrim bundle for $300 or $100 or $200. I just remember seeing the Skyrim one ridiculously cheap. I was like, man, because that's the one you get the most in from. Because the Skyrim bundle, you get the VR headset, 2 move controls, a camera.
Really?
And the game. Oh yeah, you get everything in that bundle, I think.
Okay. Well, thoughts on this? I am highly considering getting this.
Highly considering.
Highly considering. It's not just considering, like I said to you about E3, where I was just considering. This is highly considering. I like this bundle. It seems pretty valuable, and I'll have to see next paycheck.
Have to see.
Yeah, and then by then it should be before that date goes off, and then
you have
the deal's gone.
Yeah, exactly. You got till March 3rd to decide.
Okay. But yeah, PSA for people to try VR. A lot of stuff on the horizon for VR this year.
One game you can get on your newly discounted VR if you buy one was announced this week. It was announced this past week that Rick and Morty Virtual Reality is being released on April 10th.
Yeah, I remember seeing the box on the PlayStation's website.
Mm-hmm. On PlayStation blog this week. So this is a game that was released a while back on the other VR platforms like HTC and Oculus.
Yeah.
So now they kind of redid that game, and now it's going to be coming to PS4 on April 10th. It'll be available digital. It will be available as a physical game, and it will be available physical in a collector's edition.
Ooh.
The base regular version will retail for $30. The collector's edition is $50, but the collector's edition will come with the game, a pop vinyl figure of Rick, and I think a comic book, and a 2-sided poster.
Oh, wow.
Sorry, no, not a comic book. It's just a 2-sided poster. I thought there was something else in there. So you get the game, the pop figure, 2-sided poster, and that. And the poster's funny because it has Last of Us artwork on it.
It was just Rick and Morty.
Yeah, it's Rick and Morty in the Last of Us box art cover.
Yeah.
So this is really neat. This is a game I was interested in. It got good reviews on AC Vine. It was just kind of a short experience, but it's funny because if you're a fan of the show, which a lot of people are.
Oh yeah, that's the question. Are you a fan of Rick and Morty?
Oh God, yes, I'm obsessed with that show. I'm not. Okay,
are you with the internet?
Let me define obsessed with that show.
Aren't we obsessed with a lot of things, though?
No, no. When it comes to Rick and Morty, I need to clarify what I mean by obsessed. So, I do love that show. I do think it's the best animated show on TV right now. No, it is.
Well, I mean, okay. I'll disclaim too. I've only watched season 1. I haven't went past that. I was very hesitant to go into the show, really, but I ended up loving it. I think it's a fantastic, inventive show. Best animated sitcom? Best animated show? Currently going on.
Yeah, sure. Let's go.
All time is a little. It's tied with something else.
What is that something else? Just out of curiosity.
I mean, I would say BoJack Horseman, but
you see, the problem with that show is that it has that really bad first season, so it's just kind of like
it does, but it gets a whole lot better.
I know. That's what everyone keeps telling me. It's like, yeah, the first season sucks, but you got to get through it, man, because it gets so much better.
Yeah, I mean, looking back, I mean, it's weird. Like you have other Netflix animated shows that also didn't start well, but then subsequent seasons later they start out they get a whole lot better. So I don't know. It's tough. And then Cartoon Network, Steven Universe is also a fantastic show too, because I only recently started getting into that too. And yeah, it's a fantastic show. I love it. Makes up for basically any wrongs that the original base Cartoon Network has committed over the years. And so I can't really say that there's nothing on Cartoon Network other than it being a Teen Titans Go channel. But Rick and Morty.
But Rick and Morty's great, and I really do love the show. But what I just mean by not being obsessive is that I really do like the show, but I'm not because it's one of those things where I think the hype of the quality of the show is there. I just think the fandom around it is a little out of control at times. And that's why I want to.
You don't say.
Yeah, so that's where I kind of want to draw a line when I say I'm obsessed with the show. I mean, I really do feel like the show is really at where it is quality wise. I'm just not, rabid fan base, that is going out trying to get, killing
the McDonald's
sauce, trying to get that sauce, starting riots to get sauce or selling their car
okay.
for sauce.
You can admit if you stood in line at McDonald's, it's okay.
I did it though because they didn't even have it in my area.
I'm kidding.
No, I was going to go get some if it was near me because I didn't think it was going to be that hard to do. But then apparently it was like the hardest thing in the world was to get that sauce.
I know if I go, he's selling on eBay.
Yeah, I know, and then people buying this stuff on eBay, and like, so that's what I mean. Like, I'm not like in this crazy obsessive thing, like in that realm of like I need this, like I'm buying all these things and trying to get sauce and all that. I just do really love the show.
Yeah,
and feel matches the quality, and I'm excited to play this game, have this VR experience, kind of in that world of Rick and Morty, and it's from people who wrote the show, writing the game. It's got all the voice actors, so it's going to be a full
kind of akin to the South Park a little bit.
Yeah, but not like a full experience because I'm already kind of like lowering my expectations because I know it's not like a full experience because they already said like I know I was reading the reviews for when it came out on Oculus and they're like, yeah, it's fun, it's good for fans of Rick and Morty, but it is kind of a shorter experience rather than a full experience like what you're kind of saying like with South Park.
Wait, you said it was just on Oculus, not HTC?
It might have been on HTC. I'm not 100%. I know for sure it was on Oculus. I'm not 100% it was on HTC.
I wouldn't put it past me if it was on HTC. But no, I was wondering, going back to the sauce, that the guy who got the sauce and then he like opened it and then was like, "Hey guys, you could dip it, but $20 each." But little did he know that you could sell on eBay for like $800 or $900. So like, I don't think that would have got him as much money charging people to dip, as opposed to selling on eBay. Just throwing it out there, because like he was like, "Oh, $20 to dip it." I'm like, well, you could have just sold this somewhere else and got a whole lot more money.
Yeah,
businessman, you got to have the business mentality.
But then they'll make that sauce widely available at some point.
Look, when's that some point? It's already been months since that.
I think they said winter or after winter, spring. I don't know.
We're getting towards the end of winter.
Whenever that live action Mulan movie comes out, then you just put out that sauce.
What do you think they're really going to tie it in?
I mean, that's how the sauce originally came out for the animated movie.
Dude, I remember the Mulan stuff that they tied in with McDonald's.
Do you remember the Szechuan sauce? Because I don't.
Well, I don't either. I mean, I remember getting like toys and CDs.
Those CD-ROMs, man, you had to be like awesome to use those things.
Well, yeah, and then back then at McDonald's, when you could purchase the CDs at McDonald's, and I did. I bought like Yu-Gi-Oh ones and all that crap, and Pokemon ones, and like, there were also like top hits on like the radio. It was like a now that's what I call music, but like McDonald's edition.
Oh god.
Oh man, dude, back then when McDonald's used to have character. That was just buy food and eat it and get fat. That's all it is.
You can't even get cheeseburgers in your kids' meals now. Come on now.
Oh yeah. Isn't that trickery?
Oh yeah. Like what? You can't take away cheeseburgers from these kids.
But it's odd though, because like the original Mulan movie came out like in '98, so like I don't know how I remember this stuff if I was like 3. Was there like a re-release or something? It
was that important, and that's what you remember at all.
Well, I remember some of the stuff going far as back when I had my first Pizza Hut with Star Wars Episode 1 tie-in.
Yes, the little coins you collect off the box.
Yeah, you had little coins and little books. And I still have that little book.
I don't have them. I remember because it was like they had 2 promotions going on. I had one at Pizza Hut where you would get the little coins. At Taco Bell they had posters for the movie, and you would like get all the posters and they would like connect and line up to make one big picture. Mm-hmm. And I got them all from Taco Bell.
But it was weird then because like I wasn't even into Star Wars when I was that little because like I just really didn't understand it, and then it wasn't up until I was like 10 or 11 was until I was watching Star Wars, and then that's when Episode 3 was just about to come out, and then they re-released them in that new DVD package, and that's when I was watching it. Even though I had the VHS in my possession for like the longest time, I just never watched it. So that's not until really I got into Star Wars, like in late 2004, early 2005, and that's when the hype train of Episode 3 was getting ridiculous because I never saw Episode 1 or 2 in theaters. I got to see Episode 1 3D in theaters, but they didn't progress through the rest of the Star Wars movies. If only that was the case. But Disney's just rushing out Star Wars movies now. Like, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Got Solo soon.
Yeah, soon.
Very soon.
Very soon, you know.
We're gonna get that second trailer before you know it.
What if we just don't get a second trailer? Like, that's it.
Oh my, no! You're joking. That would be stupid.
I mean, do we really need more? Just go see
Sure,
it.
give me a 2.5 minute 2-minute 45-second trailer to show the whole movie.
Just go see the movie. Just you don't need more trailers. Just go see it, damn it.
You're asking a movie studio not to show any more trailers? Disney is like notorious for putting out a lot of trailers too. Granted, they don't spoil as much stuff, but like they put out all sorts of trailers. I mean, look how many trailers there were for Black Panther.
Yeah,
there was a lot of trailers for Black Panther. It was getting ridiculous, and then all the clips they had and everything, and then once they had like the soundtrack album come out, like that was so great about Black Panther is that it had a soundtrack album, because like how many movies can you really think have soundtrack albums like with the movie? Like, I remember Godzilla, the one in 1998, had a soundtrack album.
Well, Iron Man 2 had a soundtrack album with all AC/DC.
Well, and the Avengers, right? The first one?
Did the Avengers? Yeah, the Avengers had one. Yeah,
Soundgarden?
Yeah, Soundgarden on it. And Iron Man 3 had one too, because it came... Because, like, it was weird, because Disney was doing this thing where, like, they were putting soundtracks with their movies and then, like, selling them with it. Because I remember when I bought Avengers on Blu-ray, it was the Ultimate Combo Pack, and it came with the soundtrack download. And then Iron Man 3 came with a soundtrack download. And then, like, Guardians of the Galaxy didn't, because they knew you wanted that soundtrack.
Yeah.
Guardians of the Galaxy. So they didn't give it for free. They just gave you, like, a discount. Like, oh, get 50% off. And I'm like, no. I want it free. You gave it to me free for Iron Man 3 and Avengers.
Right.
But, yeah.
Well, maybe when time comes around for Black Panther, I kind of hope it comes with both the score and the companion soundtrack. Because both of them were good.
Yeah.
So
like they'll probably just be a discount. They probably won't be like full free.
Yeah.
In the Blu-ray.
Because Black Panther has one of the more memorable Marvel scores out of any of the movies. So that's good. Anyways, companion. Well, wait a minute. Teen movies have companion albums too. A lot of the ones that are like based on like, young adult books.
Mm-hmm.
Hunger Games, Fault in Our Stars. Those had like companion ones. I guess this just ones of recent. But anyways.
Anyways, back to video games. Yeah, so we had a slight update and then an update to something we talked about last week.
Oh, geez.
So we had a question last week about whether or not Metal Gear Solid would get remade on PS4, like the old games.
Mm-hmm.
And since then, there was a posting from Armature Studio, the developers of the 2012 Metal Gear Solid HD Collection for PS Vita.
Oh.
Listed that they had a PS4 version of the game in their portfolio.
Yeah.
So it was. So that was mentioned and all that. So there was that posting, but then there was an update later that Armature kind of clarified, saying that the listing was a typo made by the studio's web developer, which is in the process of being removed.
Ooh, an error.
I don't know. It's weird because like it's not too often that they'll instantly respond and just say no, that's not true.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what kind of makes me think it's not true. But on the other hand, it's kind of like I just don't see why it wouldn't exist.
Yeah, it's a either or kind of thing. Like, maybe it's just to put it away to hide it, and then really put people's expectations down. I
don't know, because it's one of those things where like, because last week we were asked like a full remake or something, and then we kind of said probably not a full remake, but probably a re-release of the collection on PS4.
Yeah, but the guy was probably hinting at if it's something like Shadow of the Colossus or something.
Yeah, he wants something like that, but this is probably more just a port, and that's what it sounds like here. But yeah, no, it is weird because it's one of those things where like I just don't see why it shouldn't exist. But I don't know. I feel like if it was true, they either would have said nothing, or they would have just been like straight up and been like, "Yeah, we are working on a PS4 port of the Metal Gear Solid collection."
Yeah, it's basically like kind of what the one Game Informer article said about that. Like, of course, it would be great if this were to just simply come over the PS4 and then you could earn trophies there. But then it's like, why wouldn't it exist either?
But maybe it's one of those things too where they don't want to, or if they are working on it, maybe they don't want to talk about it because it might be one of those things where like if they announce it now, then some people might be like, well, I ain't buying Metal Gear Survive. I'm going to get the real Metal Gear games later.
Oh my god, how many people do you think that really applies to?
I don't know, somebody out there that applies to.
Well, yeah, I should not underestimate certain people's intentions.
It's like the people that were so sure, like about the Mass Effect collection, were like, oh, they just don't want to announce it because they don't want it to overshadow, Andromeda. And then once Andromeda comes out, then they'll announce the collection. And it was like, no, there is no Mass Effect collection.
Well, either way, so some people still didn't want to buy the game regardless.
But so I don't know. I don't know how to take this if it's true or not. Whether or not we're getting this Metal Gear collection on PS4.
I guess we just have to wait to see it at E3 or something like that. But then again, it is a bit of an odd announcement at E3. But it could be one of those sub-announcements at E3 due to the fact of how Sony's shows have been for the past couple of years.
Yeah.
Of just simply showing the game and not really saying anything. Because like if you just simply show Metal Gear, the old Metal Gear games running on PS4, it's like, well, okay, this is cool. Mm-hmm. That would be my only reaction. Okay, this is cool. Okay. All right, time to move
on. Okay, but speaking of remakes and remasters and reports and rumors and all that stuff,
this stuff goes on every day.
Every day, man. There's some rumors and reports coming out that a Spyro the Dragon remaster trilogy will be released on PS4 this year.
Yeah, this is a big one.
It says, according to multiple sources, Spyro the Dragon trilogy remaster will be announced in March of 2018 and will release sometime in the third quarter of 2018. They go on to say that the game will have a remastered soundtrack, feature updates to save feature, much like we've seen in the Crash Bandicoot remaster. It will include Spyro the Dragon, Spyro Dragon 2 Ripto's Rage, and Spyro Year of the Dragon.
Yes!
With cut content from games seemingly included into the remaster.
Ooh, yeah, because there was some cut content from the original games.
The game will also be a one-year time exclusive for PS4 before being ported to other systems in 2019.
Yeah, this is basically a thing. Yeah, it's gotta be, right?
It's gotta be, because, like, there was another little report thing last month or so for the Crash Collection saying how, like, it was weird, because, like,
yeah, that's a fair point, because other than... I mean, in that respect, I suppose you're right, because, Sony had the rights to just show it off at E3 a little bit and just mention it, and then there was just trailers and then some pop-up artwork at GameStop, and that's about it. I mean, they didn't really...
Well, there wasn't a huge...
There were some of the commercials, but those didn't air on TV necessarily. They were just on YouTube.
Yeah. So, I mean, there wasn't really a huge ad push for it, so it's one of the things where they didn't put a lot of money into that, and it still sold a ton. Like, it sold really well for Activision, like, way above their expectations. So it's one of those things where, like, yeah, of course they're going to do a Spyro collection now. So we'll see.
You know that Activision likes the low risk and high reward.
Yeah.
Can you put it past them?
Yeah,
but this is great. Oh yeah, if it's, and then they stated it's from Vicarious Visions, right?
They don't specifically say that, but that's who I assume would be developing this.
Because if that's so, then it's gonna look fantastic. And then you played the original Spyro, right? Or which one didn't you play? You didn't play one of the PS1 I played all three. Because,
well, I know for sure I played 1 and 2. I just don't remember if I ever played the third one.
Dude, I love the third one. Nah, dude, I 100%ed all of them.
It's just the problem.
I love Spyro.
Well, the thing for me is, like, with the Crash games, it's easy because I play them so much and I know each one apart. But, like, the Spyro games, I can't really remember what's specific to that.
Not the first one.
I know the first one because the first one has, like, the thing where, like, the dragons. No, because the dragons are like, well, I'm talking about, like, gameplay stuff. Like, when I see something, I'm like, yeah, that's Crash 1. Or if I see something like, oh, that's Crash 2. You know?
Oh, yeah, I know what you mean. But yeah, Spyro has, like, oh, you're rescuing all these dragons.
That's the first one. So when I see that, I know that's the first one. When I see the whole, like, free-flying thing, like, that's the second one, because that's, like, the final boss fight was, like, you free-flying in the air or something.
Uh-huh.
And then the third one, I don't know. I don't know what was, like, specific to the third one that made me...
There's the eggs.
Is the third one the one where you, like, run through those, like, little fence things and you go really fast? Or is that just all of them?
Well, from Murpto's Rage on.
Rage, because I know I played the second one. I know I played the first one. I just can't 100% say if I played the third one or not.
Yeah, I just got that whole Spyro 3 bundle pack with back then in PS1 when it bundled all the games in the franchise.
Mm-hmm.
So I just got that and played that so much as a kid.
Yeah.
So I didn't play them as they released, but I mean, just played them all at once. So that's going to be fantastic. Now, I'm sure you want to add the sub thing to it about the reports of and more rumors about a new Crash game.
Yeah.
So let's put that in there.
Yeah, because that was the other thing going off the Crash Collection success was like reports were coming around that the game is sold incredibly well, especially considering Activision put a lot of money into it. So it's sold really well. And then there's also kind of some things in the reports saying that it's because they haven't clarified the whole like exclusive thing with the Crash Collection.
Yeah, nope.
Because right now it's only on PS4, and there's all those rumors and stuff of it coming to other platforms. And then like in the report, it was saying that they do have a PC and Switch version planned for this year or next year. But again, none of that's been confirmed. And then the report goes on to say that a new Crash game is in development for 2019. And again, it doesn't specify if this new Crash game is going to be an original new Crash game, or is it just going to be more remasters because they still have they could do Crash Bash or do Crash Team Racing. Was Crash Bash through Naughty Dog, or who developed that?
It was not Naughty Dog.
It wasn't Naughty Dog. I didn't think it was.
It was some off developer. I don't think they're even around anymore. You know what it's time for? Wikipedia.
Go and look this up real quick, like.
Oh, good old Crash Bash. I do remember this game fondly, even though it really wasn't the greatest. Yeah, it's like Eurocom Entertainment Software.
There you go.
As a British video game developer founded in 1988 by Matt Sneap. I think, yeah, they're bankrupt. They've been gone for a long time. They've been gone since 2012, though, so clearly. So, yeah, they were definitely Naughty Dog was not. Yeah. They did a lot of ports.
Yeah, I think Naughty Dog was on that.
And yeah, they made the crummy Atlantis game on the PS1. The Last Empire, and they ported Crash Bandicoot: The Wrath of Cortex. That's a game that they can remaster and cut back the load times.
Oh God, load times.
Dude, because I, for one, do like Crash Bandicoot: The Wrath of Cortex. I did like that game. But you just hate it. You don't like it.
No, I didn't like it. The terrible load times and the
gameplay was like
gameplay
weird.
fell off. It was weird. But like, I mean, it was still trying to follow in the format of the old games. With the like.
Yeah, can you blame Traveler's Tales for trying?
That was Traveler's Tales?
Yeah, it was Traveler's Tales back in the day.
Oh, I knew it was published by Konami. I just didn't know who the developer was.
Yeah, it was from, the publishers were Vivendi, Universal. I mean, the people that made it, yeah, Traveler's Tales, well known for the Lego games now.
Yeah.
So, they made that.
I don't know, because, like, I don't know, because, like, Crash Bash was the last PS1 game, so it's just one of those things where, like, you want to get in on that nostalgia, but the problem is I just don't know if they can really sell that many copies of, a bundle thing that comes with a remastered Crash Racing and, Crash Bash.
Yeah. Oh, Eurocom also had a hand in Dead Space Extraction. Fun fact. But also, Bizarro wasn't main, but they also had a hand in that. And a bunch of licensed games like Robots, Spyro, A Hero's Tale, Rugrats, I Gotta Go Party. Compelling stuff, isn't it?
Oh, yeah. How do they ever go bankrupt?
Jeez, well, it's not too soon. It's been, 6 years? So.
Yeah.
There's a Harry Potter Connect game? Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, I gotta get out of this Wikipedia.
Yeah, you're getting too deep into the Wikipedia.
I'm getting sucked into it, dude. You can feel it that I'm getting sucked into it. Wikipedia.
Yeah.
And then I'm gonna be researching about, like, black holes.
Yeah. I don't know. I can see them like going back to the Crash thing. I can see them doing maybe a remaster of Crash like Team Racing and then just release that by itself. But I for like maybe $20 or something, and then maybe have Crash Bash in there as a bonus.
Or
But
the Wrath of Cortex is a fun.
maybe, but it's just one of those things where like you're getting out of that nostalgia window, of like doing the PS2 games.
You're getting out of the nostalgia window, dude. I played that game like 12 years ago.
For you, for people who are a little bit older, that's just when the nostalgia ended for Crash Bandicoot.
I guess so. I guess that's where we draw the line. What am I going to be asking for? Twin Sanity next?
Oh god.
Oh god.
But anyway, yeah, because like somebody was pointing out too, like a Crash Team Racing could probably do well because it's just one of the things where they don't really have any kart racers on PS4.
Not very many.
No, I don't know if they got any.
We have like not even like a stinking Sonic game.
I don't know. Is that Sonic game on PS4? That Sonic Racing?
No, it's on Vita.
It's on Vita. I don't know.
It's on Vita, which is celebrating its 5th anniversary, by the way. Oh wait, no, not 5th. 6th?
When the Vita came out? 2012, right?
Yeah, so 6th anniversary, at least in North America.
Oof.
Happy birthday, Vita.
There you go.
That's it.
That's it.
Okay, maybe we can delve into that later, but
yeah, but yeah. So I mean, yeah,
so I guess I would fill in the void.
Yeah, it would fill that void if like there is no kart racers on PS4. So it's just it's something.
So I remember in the beginning of the PS4's life cycle, we would always talk about, what are the missing voids of the PS4, but there aren't really any anymore.
Yeah, I mean, you kind of get your bases covered a bit. You got your bases covered a bit. It's just kart racing is something that's not really there right now because they got, you got your simulation racers. But
it's not even that. Like apart from Mario Kart, they're not even really that popular anymore.
No, but I mean, there's people like me who are like don't really like realistic racing games. They just want something more fun and arcadey and not serious. So it's just kind of like
just nowadays people just go to like Forza Horizon or something like that.
It's just like no, I just want something else,
I mean, Forza Horizon can be fun too because like it's different. Oh wait, yeah, it's different from the Forza Motorsport game. It's like Forza Motorsport's the serious one, and then Forza Horizon is just like the fun one. The fun one.
The fun game. The fun
one.
Both
of them could be both of them could be fun. It's just like what I mean. It's like more accessible, really.
Yeah.
So, kind of makes you wish that Gran Turismo had something like that. Even though kind of Sport was supposed to be kind of like that game, wasn't it? Like where it was supposed to be a little bit more accessible, but I don't know.
I don't know, man.
We don't really know what the intentions of that game were. And not many people did either, because it doesn't really seem like it sold that much.
Yeah, people only like Gran Turismo games that have numbers in the title.
Well, yeah, dude. I miss when they were like the tour de force of driving games. And they're just getting outclassed by Forza.
But that's the thing, though. I mean, when a real Gran Turismo comes out, it does sell really well, because wasn't like Gran Turismo 5 the best-selling PS3 game of all time or something?
Best-selling exclusive, yeah.
Best-selling exclusive game, so...
Yeah, ranking in like 30 million or something like that, something ridiculous.
Yeah, some ridiculous
number. Yeah, back then.
And I'm like, I don't even own this game.
Well, back then I owned every single Gran Turismo game that there was on PS1 and then PS2.
I own Gran Turismo Prologue, and I might own Gran Turismo 6.
Oh, yeah, that's the only one I never really got. I didn't even get that one.
Yeah, I own Prologue, and I think I have a pre-owned copy of 6 somewhere, I think. Oddly enough, it's like, oh, pre-owned copy, and then, I don't know. And, like, well, the thing was, like, with Gran Turismo Sport, like, I was so sure, like, I really wanted to get that game when it was first announced because the whole VR mode. But then it got delayed a year, so it didn't come out at the same launch as the VR. So that put me off, because it was like, oh, well, I was going to get this at launch, so I can play it on my VR. And then once we got closer to launch, they were kind of clarifying how it's more of a mode, the VR, not, like, the whole game in VR.
You know what would be a nice remaster? Just the Gran Turismo games. but isn't that going to be a licensing nightmare?
Yeah, to relicense the cars and
The cars, the
songs and-
music, the tracks. Yeah. I don't know. How about Blue Point gets a hand in those games and they just make them really nice looking, and then we get them.
You
Just
know,
get Blue Point for everything.
Blue Point.
Blue Point. How about you restructured all of gaming? You just give it a facelift.
You already know the one recent game I want to come back, but you know.
But wait, what recent game? What game?
The one racing game I want to come back.
A Burnout?
Yes.
Well, that's still up in the air. We don't know what's going on with that one.
Yeah, I want Burnout.
Like, is it out in Japan or not? I don't know.
That's a weird void.
And then that freaking tweet made me angry. They're all like, "Oh, you could pop in Burnout Paradise for its 10th anniversary." I'm like, "Okay, yeah. How about you just release it on the PlayStation Store on PS4, and then we could pop it in for a 10th anniversary." Like,
Yeah.
so what? You want me to go back to my PS3 and just play it? No. with nobody online probably playing it? No. I want to play on my PlayStation 4, play with you, and then we get to like hang out and play.
Yeah.
But what if it was also on Xbox One? Would you choose to play on Xbox One or PS4?
I don't know, man.
Come on, man. Those Xbox One enhancements. Just kidding.
Xbox One X. I don't know, man. I haven't been playing with PlayStation as much. It makes me sad.
Well, you're going to come March and we play Far Cry 5 together.
My PlayStation. You know, guess what? My PlayStation Plus expired, and I haven't renewed it yet.
Oh my god, what am I gonna have to do? Buy it for you?
You're gonna have to buy everything. You gotta buy your Far Cry 5. You gotta give me some PlayStation Plus. Gotta get...
Come on, dude. You work too. I know you're about to have 3 months off soon, but come on. Come on. You were telling me out here that you had like 5 years. You basically had your whole life covered in PlayStation Plus. Now you're telling me they have no Plus.
I had like 2 years. I had like 2 years at one time. I thought 2 years that will never run out, and then 2 years went by. And it's like, damn it.
Well, I guess so. I think you might have told me that crap like back in 2016. So here we are.
Damn it.
But I mean, can't you at least sign up for like that 2-day trial?
The 2-day trial.
Yeah, they give you like after you're out of PlayStation Plus for a while, they give you like a 48-hour trial.
Yeah.
So do you want to play all of Far Cry 5 within 48 hours?
I'll get my Plus back eventually. It's just I don't need it right now. You know,
Well,
it's just
yeah.
I'm not
Come
playing
next
online.
month, you're gonna need it.
I'm gonna need to play online. I'm gonna need it to get what the free games are next month.
Yeah.
This and that.
You want to get the Order 1886 for free.
Oh yeah. Then
Oh my god! Watch that be the game.
That'd be the game. Then I can go sell my physical copy for like 75 cents.
Not even, dude. 50 cents. You're being too generous.
Being too generous. Let me look. I'm gonna actually look this up. How much is my trade-in value for the Order
Oh
1886?
my god! Now you're gonna get in the trade-in hole. Now I got in the Wikipedia hole.
Yeah, you know, you did your Wikipedia. I'm going to do the GameStop trade-in real quick. The Order 1886. Oh, it's more than I thought. If you don't, I have the Elite Pro membership. So with my Elite Pro membership, I get $3.60 trade-in value. Credit.
Sweet, that could get me some candy at 7-Eleven.
Well, no. That's trade-in credit. That's not cash.
Oh, geez. How much is the cash?
If you want cash, you get $2.88.
Yep, that could still get me some chips at 7-Eleven. Yes, I compare every value to like food. Because I'm all like, oh, like my hours at work, oh, that can only get me a meal at McDonald's or Chick-fil-A. I'm working an hour for some Chick-fil-A here. Man's got to eat, right? Everybody's got to eat.
Yeah.
It's a pretty important thing. I don't know, man. I've been spending too much money on In-N-Out lately, and I shouldn't be spending that much money on In-N-Out. I'm like, I could be trying to buy other things, like a phone that I need or something. But I don't know.
I don't know, man.
But everybody's got to eat. Hey, do you want to start incorporating our viewer questions now? Or listener questions?
Sure.
Since we're at like the 30 minutes mark or whatever.
40-minute marks.
Minutes mark.
40 minutes mark. Minutes.
From Jordan, and this was a pretty important one that I think we kind of glossed over for the past maybe 2 weeks or 3 weeks. So
Sure.
This one kind of stinks, but we're probably gonna have to delve into it. What do you guys think is going on with Detroit Beyond Human since the bad publicity Quantic Dream has been facing lately?
Like, what do you mean? What's going on?
What, Detroit Beyond Human, basically? Like, is the game in any danger? Because, some people did raise those kind of questions about, since some of the stuff that came out with Quantic Dream, like, what, a couple weeks ago? With the several allegations that have been brewing in Quantic Dream. And then people are like, oh no, what's going to happen to Detroit Beyond Human, and why is there no release date, and yada yada yada.
Well, I'm gonna just say I honestly don't know a lot about the situation. I haven't read into it a lot.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't read the articles because, for one, they were in French, and I did not take French in college. And two,
okay,
I did not take French in college, but I did watch a YouTube video, and we all know YouTube is the prime place to go to for astute thoughts and knowledge. And yeah, for one, that the allegations that have been posed against David Cage, good old David Cage, and his coworker, or basically co-lackey that founded Quantic Dream, are indeed a bit troubling, a little bit, and I would at least like to point out I'm not at the least bit surprised, really, and yeah, it overall just kind of sucks. I really don't know what's going to really happen with Detroit Beyond Human. That's such a terrible title, and I just hope that the game does get completed in some form, and that it does release this year. But it's seeming right now it doesn't really look like it's on track, because we want the game to get space to breathe before the big old October 26th date of Red Dead 2. So you just kind of have to be careful with that. And then several other big titles are going to be in the fall. So, Detroit Beyond Human really has no place in the fall. Or unless you think that it does.
I mean, the thing for Detroit is, I know we kind of talked about it before, and, if they put that out, let's say, February 2019 or something, that'd be a good...
Oh, yeah, we did poise that. Yeah, we did poise that before. Because now with these allegations that came out, I do feel like it must have hindered... a bit into the development, at least a little bit. So maybe by then, gives it more time. Kind of maybe just an overall restructuring of Quantic Dream as a whole. So then, just overall get more time on this game and then have it come out in 2019.
Yeah,
which I wouldn't mind. If it at least gives the morale of Quantic Dream as a whole to be better in a way. And then who knows, or if even David Cage is booted from the company, which could be possible if these allegations are true, but it's difficult because you have contracting things that he said himself that just makes your head shake. So it's like what do you do? So who knows? It's difficult to know how the overall development of the game is going to track. But the 2019 scenario that you have proposed seems likely.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. But yeah, David Cage is a bit of a silly man. Definitely didn't put it past me ever since, I saw his panel at Beyond Two Souls at San Diego Comic-Con all the way back in 2012. Back when somebody actually put effort into the Comic-Cons and had the money to put them on. So, yeah, overall, it's just really silly whether the allegations ring true or not, and it's just, yeah. I mean, I'm hoping Detroit Beyond Human pulls through, and that the overall morale of the team is fine, and then whoever the bad apples are at the team just kind of go away. Because I mean, if anything, Quantic Dream is still a talented studio. They have brought a lot, and I mean, we put it out there. Detroit Beyond Human looks really cool, at least in our opinions. I mean, we've liked of what we've seen so far. I don't really want to see any more of it, and I just hope it comes to fruition. It's a PlayStation exclusive. It's a big deal. It's a long time coming. Have it come out. I want it to come out. I'm interested in it. So it's like, well, why not? So,
yeah.
That's that.
Oh, that's that. What else we got?
You can put in another one. Well, I'll save the other one for later.
Another one. Let's see what I got in my notes here. So here's this idea that's been kicked around, and we get to bring it to other topics that we like. But it was announced this past week or so that Activision Blizzard Studio is still trying to make a Call of Duty movie. And
that's right.
They're in talks and discussion to get Sicario 2 director Stefano Salama is talks to direct the Call of Duty movie, which has no release date or any idea what the hell it is. But Activision is trying to make this movie happen again.
At first, when I read it, I thought it was the Sicario 1 director. So you know what excitement that must have brought to me as soon as if that rang true. I was like, oh, so that means we're for sure going to get our first good video game movie. Because if we had Denise at the helm, it would have been automatically good. Definitely, right?
Right? Yeah.
Right? But it was Sicario 2. Now, then again, Sicario 2 looks neat, even though it just looks like a straight-up action movie. As opposed to Sicario 1, where it was, a bit of a crime thriller.
Mm-hmm.
But, and then, he had Denise's direction and then the cinematography. Oh. So that's why I was, getting excited. I was like, oh, man, if this was basically Blade Runner 2049 crew, I would have been, all over this. But apparently it's not. So my expectations automatically went down.
I mean, we'll see when Sicario 2 comes out and the quality of that movie. For that. But then, in the report, it kind of talks about, because, they've mentioned this a while back, that they wanted to do a Call of Duty movie and make it into a franchise, and they do kind of mention something about a cinematic universe of Call of Duty. Which is interesting, because that kind of, because it's one of those things where, the story details are, under wraps, we have no idea, what this Call of Duty movie would cover. But the whole, I think the only thing they could do to make a cinematic universe, though, would be to do Black Ops, because Black Ops
that's what I
covers...
was saying, because, out of all the Call of Duty storylines that you could really tackle to make a decent movie, and of course, because we talked about this last week, the cachet of the Black Ops sub-franchise within Call of Duty, right? It's, the most popular one. So, Modern Warfare is cool and all, but, no. So, the best adaptation that you can go for, possibly, is the first Black Ops, that I think is kind of neat to do, because, something different. Even though Vietnam has been tackled in so many movies, the angle in which Black Ops tackles the story is different. And for goodness sakes, wasn't it freaking written by the writer of The Dark Knight, I think? So, there you go. What's his face? I don't know.
What, David S. Goyer?
Yeah, David S. Goyer, yeah. I don't remember if he was the writer for the Modern Warfare games or the Black Ops ones. I think he did the Black Ops ones. I don't remember. If I remember correctly.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, Black Ops would be the only way to go. If you want, if they really do want to commit to the cinematic universe idea, where, you have a modern day story with flashes to Vietnam, and then expand outward and do other movies that are focusing on the Vietnam thing, but still kind of continuing whatever story thread you have.
Yeah, and then the fact
Um,
that if this hypothetical Black Ops 4 that's coming out is the Modern Warfare one, then there you go.
there you go. So yeah, I mean that's the angle they can. That's probably the best angle to go because I really don't really see any other angle you can go. Because if you do just a World War II movie, it's going to be kind of
It's
like
like,
okay,
what?
like what's the hook other than the Call of Duty name? If you do a modern one, kind of the same thing. Or I mean, if they did a future one, yeah, they could do their own spin on it because you're creating new technology and stuff. But
I guess so. Like, dude, the closest thing I was thinking of, like, a Call of Duty movie, like, if somebody were to do it, was, like, freaking Mel Gibson when, like, he had Sam Worthington, if I'm correct, right? From the first Black Ops game
yeah,
in Hacksaw Ridge. He was in it. I was like, there you go. That's your Call of Duty movie.
you take any World War II movie you can find and just slap the word Call of Duty on it, and there you go. You got a Call of Duty movie
Or Medal of Honor.
or Medal of Honor. Or whatever. Brothers in Arms. Wait, isn't there a movie actually called Brothers in Arms? I don't know.
Well, and then you have
But
freaking the HBO miniseries, like, yeah, Band
yeah,
of Brothers and
Band of
all
Brothers.
that.
There,
It's
there
like,
you go. Pacific. So
yeah,
it's one of those things where like you kind of can't do it right now. Like you can't make a World War II movie and
yeah,
just
it's already been done. Like,
it's
it's
already
even
been
been
done.
done recently. Like, recently with Hacksaw Ridge, like, that's already been done. Like, recently.
Yeah, you can't just do a World War II movie and just call it Call of Duty. I mean, you could, but it's just like there's no hook to it.
Nope.
Um, you know, but to kind of really get on the Call of Duty name would have to just do Black Ops because, like you said, Black Ops has that instant recognition of a sub franchise, and then you can do things like modern day storylines. You can twist some technology around. You can do the whole connective thing and going back to different time periods and do that expanded universe thing. Where if they want to do a whole movie focused on
Yeah.
this and that and whatever,
It just sucks. Like, and this Call, and like, yes, as with any blockbuster movie, I think this particular Call of Duty movie needs to have an all-star cast, ensemble cast. I feel like even the Call of Duty games themselves recently have slacked on having, big actors. I mean, the earlier entries of the Black Ops series had like big name actors, but now it's like, well, we got the freaking Transformers guy in World War II, and
hey,
that's it.
he's doing Taco Bell commercials now.
Yeah, I know. And then, yeah, he's selling us Taco Bell, and then what was it? Infinity War, Infinite Warfare. Who do we even have in that game?
It had Kit Harington.
Yeah, okay, yeah. But he knows nothing though, so it's like, what do you do? And then you had good old Kevin Spacey in Advanced Warfare, but you could kill him though, so if that makes you feel any better.
Christopher Meloni was in Black Ops 3.
Yeah, but then in Black Ops 1, you had Sam, Worthington, who was popular at the time because Avatar.
Avatar, man.
So
I don't know. Then they kind of focus more on their. I don't know. The people they get for zombies isn't like A-listers, but they are recognizable.
Yeah, like in television, really.
Yeah.
Yeah, they are recognizable in like either some movies or TV shows. But it doesn't matter. We're already getting a Nazi zombie movie in the form of a Cloverfield movie later this year.
Yeah.
And they get the rounds and everything, so it doesn't matter. So it's already happening.
It's already happening, man. That's the twist already. It's already the beginning of the Call of Duty Cinematic Universe right there. Because that's the thing, they do not have a distributor yet for the Call of Duty movies. It's just Activision still getting it going as a studio, but they do not have a distributor, so it's up in the air who will actually distribute these Call of Duty movies.
Hey Paramount, you want it?
You want it, man?
I heard you're putting Transformers on hold again. So do you want to take Call of Duty?
Yeah, I mean Paramount kind of really needs a franchise here.
So yeah, you want a franchise, and that's not directed by Michael Bay,
or produced by J.J. Abrams.
Yeah, right. It's like, But then Michael Bay sees like, oh, like Call of Duty's there. It's like, oh man, can I do it? They're like, nah, you can't.
No,
sorry.
Just stand over there.
Don't stand over there. I mean,
they draw a line in the sand. Just
like,
don't cross that line.
Like, didn't you already get your military fix with 13 hours recently? You're good.
You did that. It's fine.
Yeah.
But
that was also kind of like a Call of Duty movie where it was like they were in a. Okay, I'm not gonna talk about Benghazi anymore.
We're just gonna move along. We're gonna move along.
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna stop.
We're gonna stop you right there and move along.
I'm gonna stop.
So what was that question you had?
I'm gonna stop. Yeah. Okay. This is freaking Benghazi. Okay. This comes from my friend Ashton. It comes with a pretty interesting question here that we could both answer. What is your favorite and least favorite gaming trend of the last few years?
Ooh, I have a good thing that ties into that once we're done answering it.
All right. Well, you answer first. I'm going to let you answer both first. Or actually,
right.
no. I'll let you answer first with best, and then I'll go to my best.
Best and best. Okay, best.
Yeah, best and best.
God, what is best?
Best gaming trend, like a new thing.
New thing. Now, I don't know if this is my favorite thing, but this is just the instant thing that just pops into my head. You know, like I do love battle royale mode.
Okay.
Because I really do like PUBG. I'm still been playing it on Xbox. I haven't got tired of it yet. I haven't won yet, but I still keep trying. So as far as that's a very new kind of trend thing that's going around right now. I really like that. I don't know if it counts as a trend, but VR I really like. I like that we're getting more VR.
It is
content and stuff to look forward to. Because that Delta Bravo comes out next month. I completely forgot about that game.
Me too.
Or not Delta Bravo, Alpha Bravo. One of the things. Comes out next month. Interested in playing that with the controller and all that. And then, of course, we got Rick and Morty coming out. The Impatien's out, which I didn't even know it was out. And it is out.
Yeah, that one did just kind of... Because it got delayed.
It got delayed, and then it's just kind of like, oh, it's out now. And I'm like, oh, I did not know this. So yeah, I mean, just kind of some quick, easy answer there would be VR and Battle Royale. Just two things come to mind. I've really been liking and seeing where they're going.
I guess for mine, really, even though it's not really like a new trend, since it's something that we've kind of been pushing for years, but I feel like we have come to the point, at least I think, where at least a lot of games have been able to do this well. Is I love player choice and freedom, not necessarily in terms of exploration, but in terms of how you tackle objectives. You know, it's not always just you get to do this certain objective one way. You get to choose other ways to tackle it, you know? Like, I appreciated back in 2013, like, you know, once we got Last of Us and Bioshock, and then, you know, Grand Theft Auto, how we were able to choose how to approach certain situations and not just tackle it in one specific way. So then, you know, you wouldn't really have the same experience as another person, you know? Even though you're still doing the same end goal and still achieving the same result, but you still get to do it your own way. Yeah.
Go your own
way. As Fleetwood Mac put it. But it's been incorporated in a whole lot of other games too. Witcher 3 is a notable example too, and several countless other games that have tried to emulate that kind of sense of player choice and freedom in that way. So that's the one I kind of like the most, because as much as I like the PS2 generation of games and then, you know, early PS3, you know, it wasn't until like later on that we started, you know, going away from that linear kind of experience, just going the same route and being told what to do. But now instead you're being told what to do, but you're still able to do it in your own way. I mean, Uncharted 4 was also that example too, where you also had a fair amount of choice in how you wanted to tackle things as well, borrowing from Last of Us and whatnot. So that's a lot of fun. Doing that in single player is like a lot of fun. Multiplayer, you have all the choice in the world of how you want to do things, and you can either die, and I'm sure that's why you like the Battle Royale mode so much, because it relies on so much on decision making and all that. So, and that's part of the appeal of it too.
Yep.
All right, now let's go to the least favorite. My favorite. My favorite.
Least favorite. My favorite.
My favorite.
Yeah. So for me, it's like something I've already kind of talked about. I just don't like this need for just almost every game to be open world.
Mm-hmm.
Some big open world exploring thing, because it's just like I said, it just becomes. Oh, I kicked something.
Oh man, you hated that much?
Yeah, straw. I'm literally flipping over my desk. That was the sound. Was me kicking my desk over.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I just kind of find it weird that there's just so many open world games that it just takes so long to kind of do everything and explore, and it's just one of those things where it's kind of like it's stopping me kind of from finishing games because it's just one of those things where it's like, God, this game just takes so long, and there's just so many of them coming out in a short amount of, relatively short amount of time, and it's hard to just play them all, and you can't finish them all. Especially kind of like when the fall comes around, there's just like a bunch of just open world games where it's just like, oh, you got Assassin's Creed Origins, and you got, this other stuff, and it's just like, it's too much. It's like, we don't need everything to be a big open world thing where you can just, play for 100 hours. Like, I like something a little more linear, something a little more like smaller, because like probably my favorite game to come out last year was Horizon, because Horizon was a good kind of middle ground where it was open world, you can explore, but like I had the platinum within 30 to 40 hours of gameplay. Maybe 50, but
wasn't too intimidating.
It wasn't too intimidating. Like, it was one of those things where as I was playing, I never felt like, like, oh, this is going to take me forever, or oh, this is going to take me longer than I want to play. Which is kind of how I felt with some other games, where it's just like, this is too much. That's why I sold Watch Dogs 2, because like I bought Watch Dogs 2 and played it for like an hour or two, and I was just like, yeah, this is fine. Like, it is, from a gameplay perspective, still better than Watch Dogs 1, but I just don't feel the drive to do all this, to do all the content, to play all the missions, to find all the collectibles and stuff. And I just sold the game because I just knew I would never do it. I would never actually put the time into this game and do all that, So,
yeah, I feel you. It's
yeah.
tough. These games are large, big, and whatever other synonyms I can think of for being large.
Not small.
Yeah, not small. The opposite of Ant-Man. Giant Man.
Giant Man.
I think of mine. Microtransactions is too easy. It's too easy. I think one that I would like to point to on being the theme of being too much is, I guess, the overabundance of crap that have been poured into the PlayStation Store as of maybe 2 or 3 years now. Is that all this, basically Steam garbage that has been from PC to PlayStation 4 has been coming along, and all that. Because like, it was nice back then in the PS3 days and all that, keeping track of like every single PlayStation store game that would be on the store every week. But now on PlayStation 4, it's like you can't even keep up, right? It's like so much stuff.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, even bigger games like The Impatient, which just kind of came and went without any notice,
Exactly, stuff like that. So like, stuff like that goes unnoticed, stuff gets drowned out. And I understand the free market argument, but this is getting out of hand. Like, certain games that have been released on the PlayStation 4 that I don't even want to name. We had that, like, the free Platinum game? What was it called? Like, 1,000 Top Rated?
Yeah, with, like, the pictures or something?
Yeah, and that's not even, like, the worst of it. Even though that might be the worst of it, because, like, that's just buying trophies, right? It's not even, like, a game. Well, you could do things in it, but it's not even, like... It's interactive.
Yeah. Oh, I know what you're getting at. My favorite game.
Oh, the Mayo one.
My name is Mayo.
My name is Mayo. I'm not necessarily talking about those games, I mean, they're part of the problem, but it's not the main problem. It's not the main one. I'm talking about, like, these shovelware was on Steam for a few months and now it's on PlayStation, Like, that one Tiger game, my life is a Black Tiger game or something like that. Look it up. It's been all, like, Sony even themselves like advertise it, I guess, if you want to even call it advertising, by having it on their YouTube channel. And there's just so much shovelware and all that stuff. That's probably like my least favorite thing that has been. If you even really want to call it a trend, I guess. I mean, it's been a prevalent issue even on Steam, right? Because we had like the Steam early access and all that, but like Valve has at least gone somewhat a little bit more strict about that. And Xbox One also has, right, the early access too, right? So yeah, it's just odd. I mean, Xbox One has that problem too. It's not like it's a PlayStation exclusive. I mean, he did say gaming trends, so it's within the realm of gaming. And at least the one that's really only somewhat controlled right now is Nintendo Switch. But I'm sure Nintendo Switch has its fair share of crap, you know. But then again, it's like, what system is perfect, you know? Like, none. Like, NES, right? Had so much crap, you know? But, like, I feel like the crap that has been on PlayStation Store has been, like, unnecessary crap. Like, you know, like, it doesn't even really need to be there at all. Like, we can have our bad games. That's not a problem. But it's just, like, when it's, like, on this level of atrocity, we don't really need it, you know? Because at that point, it's like, are they even trying? Or, like, I don't know what they're trying to pull. Or, like, I don't know. It's just silly. So, it's really, I guess, just kind of for my own sake of just, like, knowing everything that's coming on the PlayStation Store. And then the fact that I don't know is just, like, I guess unsettling to me. But then at the same time, it's like, well, who really cares? You know, like, why even give these certain games the time of day and whatnot, even when you know, like, they're absolutely trash or whatnot. I guess you could just, like, go and laugh at it on YouTube or something. I don't know, but I don't know. So that's really it.
That's it. But anyway, yeah, you bring up all that, and it brings up this thing that came out this week.
What, really? Yeah, I segued into something.
Yes.
What is it? Something about bad games?
Yeah.
Great.
A report came out this week that was done by GameIndustry.biz in a report called Gaming Today. Did some research and studying to say that most people are okay with microtransactions.
Oh my no!
It says,
oh no!
There was an online discussion led by a panel of gaming and tech influencers. They had 2,000 comments over 450 topics, and more than 10,000 poll results were recorded. Going over customers' likes, dislikes, frustrations, and thoughts on the future of the industry. And then based on their response, 69% of consumers felt that cosmetic microtransactions were acceptable form of monetization in games. Onto that, only 6% of those polled said that they do make in-game purchases. 22% describe pay-to-win model as toxic and sickening. People generally seem not to mind those much. Only 1.3% of people describe themselves as fans of the model. 37% of customers found that games are becoming less innovative and think franchises such as Call of Duty are struggling to evolve.
Okay.
So, it's a tad bit misleading, the initial kind of headline and all that, when you kind of read into it, because it's just saying that 69% of people feel that cosmetic microtransactions aren't bad.
Yeah, but what about, like, Star Wars Battlefront 2?
Yeah, see, because that's what it goes on.
Or Evolve style.
Well, Evolve was cosmetics.
And then the monsters.
That wasn't microtransactions. That was DLC. Different.
Oh my god. Yeah.
I mean, that's for season passes.
Yeah. I mean, in that respect, you're right.
Yeah, because like I said, it says here, 22% think that pay-to-win model, or is described as toxic or sickening. So they do feel that the pay-to-win model is bad, but most people do feel that if it is cosmetic, it isn't that bad. And like I said, most people don't even buy these anyway. So it's just one of those things where, like, I know you talked about it before. It's just one of those things where you go back and it's just like something like Overwatch where it's all cosmetic. You go to other things where it's more like Star Wars where it's like, no, because then your upgrades and stuff are in here or whatever. And it's just kind of like, it does depend on how it's done. Because like no one complained about Overwatch because people felt like Overwatch did it right, because it was just, the cosmetics and stuff. And you can do that if you want, but it doesn't affect your gameplay in any way.
Right.
Mm-hmm. And that's kind of what we're looking into. Is like you can do this. So that's just the thing. Like if EA really wanted microtransactions so bad for Star Wars, they could have done cosmetics. But then their whole argument was like, no, we want to keep the cosmetics, in the lore canon of Star Wars, so we don't want them running around with like pirate hats or whatever.
Is that someone's been playing too much Sea of Thieves?
Uh-huh.
Wait, was it the beta just this past week?
I didn't play it.
What? What? You were all talking about how excited you were for this game.
Yeah,
You
but I think
played
that
the
beta was for people who pre-ordered. I didn't pre-order it.
You didn't even pre-order it either.
Well, I don't need to pre-order it. I can just get it through Game Pass.
Yeah, sure.
I actually was going to pre-order that game until I found out it was going to be on Game Pass. So I was like, I got 2 free months of Game Pass I haven't even redeemed yet. So
Wait, Game Pass, the Xbox thing?
yeah, the Xbox thing. We pay $10 a month to get those games.
That's cool.
Yeah, I got like 2 free months that I haven't even redeemed yet. So it's like, oh, well, I know when I'm going to redeem them. The day Sea of Thieves comes out. So now I can play Sea of Thieves for 2 months.
Yeah, I was thinking about sending you this one picture that this guy posted on Twitter of a year of Game Pass, and it had like nobody redeemed it. I was like, wait, do you need this?
Yes.
But I was so confused. I was like, what's Game Pass again?
Oh, God.
See, look, I don't have an Xbox. Leave me alone. Leave me alone. Who knows if you were going to use that full year of Game Pass anyways?
Oh, I could play Sea of Thieves and Crackdown 3 and all that when they come out through Game Pass.
Yeah, but you're probably going to play Far Cry 5 without me.
Far Cry 5 won't be on Game Pass.
Well, I didn't put it past in my mind about that, so I didn't get it for you. He goes, you are playing Far Cry 5 with me.
Well, we'll see.
Oh, but speaking of Ubisoft games and all that, and Ghost Recon, we all remember in Ghost Recon how it had my favorite song in the first announcement trailer.
Yeah, and I saw that other trailer today.
What were you thinking when you saw that Mission Impossible trailer?
when I saw the Mission Impossible trailer today,
you were like,
I didn't watch it. Like I didn't watch it online, so I just saw it today at the movies, and I was just kind of like,
you must have been like, yeah.
The song was playing because like when I found out it was Mission Impossible, I'm like, oh wait, are they going to play a Led Zeppelin song? Because they did in the last one.
Oh yeah, but yeah,
like, that's my initial thought. But then you started playing, I was like, wait, I've heard this song.
Oh my god. And then you remember me.
I was like, wait a minute. And then when I got to the chorus, I was like, oh, I remember this.
God. You were like, oh my god. My favorite song.
What's with this new Mission Impossible just incorporating so many video game stuff into it? Fallout. You got the Fallout title. You got you fight your friction from your wildlands. You got your whole nuclear disarmament angle like Metal Gear Solid.
That's what, dude, Mission Impossible is basically a video game.
Yeah, even the word Fallout is kind of like done in that like slant font, like the Fallout games.
Yeah.
So I'm like, what are you doing here?
I don't know, man. Basically, I mean, you know, you have Rogue Nation and you have Ghost Protocol, dude. They all sound like video games, like from some franchise.
I guess, man.
But at the same time, they're so freaking awesome. Tom Cruise doing his thing. Falling out of bikes, hanging off cliffs,
breaking legs,
fighting Superman.
And they tell him on set, go break a leg. I don't know if they say that in movies. It's probably just on plays. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think you would have to tell that to actors like Dylan O'Brien, who broke his leg.
Yeah.
I did get the ending of Maze Runner spoiled for me, so I don't know if I want to watch it anymore. It seemed like everything was okay in the end. I really don't like working at a movie theater anymore. Okay. And then on top of that, if I have to watch that Tomb Raider movie, oh man, no.
Yeah. Well, anyway, do we have any more questions?
I think that's about it.
Oh, that's it for questions?
I mean, I asked and I begged and I pleaded, but then my friends came up short.
Oh, no.
Because my friends disappoint me.
No. They don't disappoint. Our fans don't disappoint us.
I'm kidding. They predict some stuff.
They predict stuff, man. It's crazy on the show.
They do. I would have to point them out that they're smart, too. And, yeah, I was just joking. Tone of voice, people. Come on. Take a joke. Don't get offended. Yada, yada, yada. But, what are we, like at the hour mark already?
We were 1 hour and 14 minutes in.
We'll have to see about good old episode 101. Maybe we could talk about Fallout 3.
Yep, 101. Gotta make a list of all things with 101. Do this.
But 101. We could play that song, the one that they made. That Fallout song. Yeah, we can play that intro of our podcast.
Mm-hmm.
You know who we should have also gotten as a guest to our podcast? Superman. Because the kids were asking him about being on a podcast or something.
Oh, yeah.
You know, like, oh, why can't you be on our podcast? And then that's when you got like that first awkward shot of Justice League with Superman's like face. It's like, isn't it great that you get that right off the bat, Justice League?
Well, I mean, if you see it right at the beginning,
you didn't even need to.
If you see it right at the beginning,
you already know.
Well, if you see it right at the beginning, you kind of adjust to be like, no, that's how he's supposed to look, right? Because that's my first time seeing it, so that's how he's supposed to look, right?
No, it's just like you know right away it's gonna look like this mess. Justice League, oh my god.
Man, people are buying the 4K Blu-rays of that.
It's not gonna look any better.
You see all the details, man.
Oh man, dude, the movie's not aging well. Already.
Already? 3 months?
I feel like it's been longer. I mean, I walked out of it, didn't hate it. I just was just like, alright, I can move on with my life. There's like barely anybody in the theater that Thursday for it, and then saw it again 2 days later. And there was a whole lot of people, and then it's just like, well, that was stupid. Got the Flash and Cyborg digging up Superman's body. I don't know, man. I want whatever drugs they were on when they wrote that scene.
You don't have a Just League VR experience thing on PlayStation VR? See,
you're joking. You're joking. Am I digging up Superman's grave in it?
No, it's a real thing you can get. It's the Just League VR
the
experience
Flash
thing.
making some sort of race remark while he was at it?
No.
Oh my god. Dude, if someone came up to me from like the future and told me that was going to be a scene in a cinematic movie, I would have told you that you were like full of shit. But somehow Zack Snyder, Joss Whedon, or whoever conceives of that scene at Warner Brothers, it happened. Oh, God.
Oh boy. But anyway, it's time to wrap this up before we go too off topic here.
We always do. There isn't enough going on in the world. Because with all the pain and suffering going on in the world.
Oh, now you're really going off topic. Anyway, this has been episode 100 of the PSBS PlayStation Bull Session podcast. I'm your host, Code T. PS and Pyro's coach here is...
Angerenus, double is not the king of PSN. I am not going to take the mantle of it, because for I have not been to the ancestral plane yet. So I will one day go to it and then see who I will see in the ancestral plane. Who would I see there anyways if I were to go? I don't know. It's a good question. But, oh well.
Oh well. But yeah, so there it is. 100 episodes. Thanks for listening to us for over 100 episodes, because, we've done the specials. But still, 100 official episodes. I know it took us longer than it should have to reach 100, but we did it. We're here. 100 episodes. Going forward. 100 more episodes?
I'm getting drowned out by that fact you just gave me.
But
I actually just choked on a Sour Patch Kid.
Oh. Okay.
You know one bold statement I want to give here first. Not 100 more. 1,000 more.
1,000 more. Oh god, we're gonna start doing the Rick and Morty rant. 1,000 episodes. 1,000 more episodes. 100 years. 100 more years.
Okay, this must have been a reference from like a
it's from the first
season.
episode.
Oh, well.
It's the little ranting monologue he does at the very end of the first episode.
Oh my god. I don't remember.
Go back and watch it. Go watch all of it.
I guess I'll have to go back and wait. So you want me to watch all of it? I mean, even though I've only watched season 1, but season 1 was only on Hulu. Oh wait, I think the first 2 seasons are on Hulu.
Yeah, season 2 should be there by now, so you should go watch it all, man.
But season 3 on Hulu though?
I don't think so. I think season 3 not even out on Blu-ray yet.
I think it takes a year though.
Yeah, because the Blu-ray's not even out yet for season 3, so.
Yeah, I mean, I just watched season 1 on Hulu. I like the show. Don't get put it past me. I mean, like, I like Dan Harmon's sense of humor. I mean, I didn't put it past me. I mean, I love Community and all that. And I'm like, of course I would like the show. I just was a little put off by it a little bit. Not due to the fan base, just, well, maybe a little bit. But, I mean, then again, what fan base is truly pure in this world anyways? Can you really even name one? I guess Disney, but...
I don't know, man.
Not so much. We get a little crazy sometimes too.
I don't know. But anyway, like I said, it's PSBS episode 100. Thanks for listening to all of our previous episodes and this current episode, and hopefully we'll see you guys next week.
Wubba dubba dub dub.
Yep. And click.